I seem to remember seeing some, Norman Steele suddenly exclaimed. About 15 years ago, there was a small piece of it at the Pearl family's auction house. As I recall, it was sold to the Sutherland family for close to $600 million. Are you sure that the Sutherlands bought it? Kevin's eyes lit up as he felt a glimmer of hope. No matter how much it might cost, at least they now had a lead to follow. This would no longer be like looking for a needle in a haystack. The bidding was fierce because several uber-rich families wanted to get their hands on it. Norman seemed lost in thought as he tried to remember the details. Then he added anxiously, "But the Sutherlands don't socialize with families like ours. We're not aristocratic enough for them. If I went to their mansion, they probably wouldn't even let me get past the front gate, let alone give us the gold water gem. I'll go there. I know Penny. She's the oldest daughter in the family," Kevin said confidently. "Don't worry, Mr. Steele. I'll bring it back here." "How can a loser like you know someone like Penny Sutherland?" Rain said in disbelief. "Well, I think he's just trying to find a way to slip out of here." Blanca looked at Kevin with disdain. "Penny's completely out of your league. Why would she waste her time being friends with a scumbag like you?" "Rain, Blanca, you two should really talk less," Norman said angrily. In fact, Mr. Steele didn't blame Kevin at all for what had happened to Dalton. He knew that his grandson had chosen to risk his life for Kevin and that sometimes things don't go your way in life. And that's exactly the kind of man he'd raised his grandson to be. Kevin ignored Dalton's cousins. They were always complaining about something. Then he spoke to his mentor. "Sir, I'm going to go see Penny Sutherland. If Dalton asks, I'm getting him some help." "Don't worry about me," the Night King thought for a moment. Then he reached into his pocket and pulled out a beautifully crafted pendant in the form of an infinity sign. It was made of palladium, one of the rarest metals. Everyone was astonished to see it. They could immediately tell that it was an extraordinary piece of jewelry. "You have to take this pendant with you when you go there. If anyone in the Sutherland family gives you any trouble at all, just show them this infinity pendant, and all your problems will be solved." The Night King spoke very seriously as he put the jewelry into Kevin's hand. "Thank you, sir." Kevin didn't ask any more questions. He knew that the Night King had a lot of secrets, but he wasn't ready to talk about them yet. As soon as Kevin stepped outside, he called Penny's number. But she didn't answer, and Kevin got more and more frustrated as he tried over and over to connect with her. Finally, on the 6th try, he was connected. Penny didn't even wait for Kevin to speak, and she snapped at him impatiently. "Kevin, are you sick or something? Why are you calling me?" He understood right away that Penny was angry about the medication he was supposed to make for Mackenzie. "I'm sorry, Penny, but I have to ask you for help with something. Where are you right now?" "Why should I tell you?" Penny replied coldly. "Please, do me this one favor. And I do have the repair pill for your friend," Kevin said anxiously. "Just tell me where you are and I'll get it to you now." "I'm at Brenda's beauty salon," Penny said tersely, and then she abruptly hung up. Suddenly, Mackenzie Knott reached out and put her arm around Penny's waist. "And who were you talking to?" "I think Penny has a little secret. Could it have been her future husband?" Brenda stared at her friend with a mischievous look in her eyes. "Wow, Penny, since when do you have a boyfriend? Why haven't I heard about him before?" one of the other women asked her. "Tell us everything about him. Don't hide anything from us. We promised to be nice to him." One of her other friends was begging her to give them some details. The women were all sitting around on the plush sofas, smiling as they teased their friend. It was quite a scene. They were sitting in a luxurious beauty salon that Brenda had recently bought. It looked like a legitimate business, but it was just a place for the friends to hang out, and it was never open to the general public. "There isn't much to say. It was just Kevin calling." Penny didn't sound very angry, but when she saw her friend's expressions change, she couldn't help thinking about the handsome, naive-looking guy who had her so mixed up. "What? Penny, why did you even answer the phone of that liar? What the heck did he want?" You could see the anger in Mackenzie's eyes. It was bad enough that Kevin had seen Mackenzie undressing on Penny's video call, But then he went on to cheat her instead of making the herbal meds he'd promised. After Kevin had disappeared from Penny's basement, she discovered that most of the precious medicinal ingredients in the lab were missing. Luckily, she'd taken a look around when the construction workers were repairing the hole in her basement wall. Because of that, everyone believed that Kevin had only claimed to be an herbalist so that he could get access to her basement and steal the materials. They figured he made the hole in the wall so he could sneak out before being exposed as a fraud.
Mackenzie, I really don't think we should call him a liar. As a matter of fact, Kevin just told me that he's made the repair pill he promised, and he's bringing it over right now.
Although Penny's tone was very matter-of-fact, her expression showed that she still had some doubts.
What?
Her friends all replied in unison. They couldn't believe it was true.
Don't believe a word that liar says, Penny. I think he just told you so that he could get near you and pull some other crap on you.
Mackenzie advised her stubbornly.
From everything I've read, the repair pill is one of the lost prescriptions that had disappeared along with most of the apothecaries. Even if someone got a hold of the recipe, it would take a skilled herbalist to make one.
Mackenzie tried to remain calm, but she didn't want Penny to be tricked by Kevin again. But just in case Kevin really was a master at herbalism, they had to be careful not to be rude to him. In fact, they still didn't know exactly why he disappeared that night. Was he really worth the loss of so many valuable medicinal ingredients? But if he turned out to be a master herbalist, he was worth any price he asked. When Brenda thought about it, she suddenly got very serious.
Penny, do you know how long it'll take Kevin to get here?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it'll take him too long. Penny wasn't in the mood to argue with her friends. As far as Penny was concerned, Kevin just couldn't be trusted. First, he broke his dinner date with her. Then he destroyed her basement and snuck off with some pretty pricey herbal ingredients. On the other hand, it was really hard to find a good herbalist, let alone a great one. Penny tried to imagine what it would be like to have an herbalist in her family.
If only we could get Kevin into the family, Penny thought to herself.
I don't ever want to see that loser again. If he dares to come here, I'll take care of him. Mackenzie clenched her fists tightly.
Geez, Mackenzie, do you have something against Kevin?
One of the other women burst out laughing at her friend's reaction to him.
I've got good reason to be pissed at him.
When Mackenzie said this, she was thinking about how Kevin had seen her in her underwear on Penny's phone. While they were all arguing about Kevin, the door opened and he rushed in. He was stunned by the sight of a dozen beautiful women lounging around. He'd expected to walk into a real beauty salon, but this looked more like a nightclub. He felt a little outnumbered and stood there awkwardly.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.